Hello Annie Nation! In this vlog, I will be doing a reflection / recap of my semester. At a glance, I took 6 courses, got 1 more cat, watched 23 movies, read 19 books, grinded 4 Roblox games, tried 2 new orgs, cycled through 6 different medications and dosages, added 1 major, got 3 piercings, went through 2 breakups with the same person, and made a couple friends and 1 recurring character friend. This semester, I really worked on trying new things and putting myself out there. For one, I was way more involved in the orgs I've been in. As a director in my beloved Silk Club, I made tons of new connections just by being more active and engaged with the org. I made a couple small connections in this art service org, and in Love Club, our school's lesbian org, I made 1 friend I see every few weeks. While I'm still a long way from not being timid in social situations, I am very proud of the progress I made. Next semester, I want to free trial a couple more orgs and go out more. This semester, I took Gen Chem 2, Chem 2 Lab, Sociology of Masculinities, Transcare, Psychology Methods, and British Literature. I liked all my classes and my professors / TAs, and did well in all 6 courses, #slay. Sometimes my Britlit TA was evil, but I forgive her sins. She gave me really cute feedback on my first midterm and I stuck it on my fridge. I probably attended less than 50% of my chem lectures, but I locked in. Last week I took a replacement exam for the most stressful unit of the course, and I was fighting demons trying to learn the material. In my sociology class, I did a presentation on gender as explored in NERI, and Transcare had the most unconventional approach to teaching, as it involved playing in RPG, library visits, and listening to podcasts. But I love it so much because it taught me that you can be critical and sophisticated without rigid formatting, big words, and quantitative research. All that said, Chem Lab was the most irrelevant course I took this semester. Since most of my classes this semester were non-STEM, and I had just gotten out of an evil optotech job, I really questioned whether a STEM-based education and occupation was really right for me. However, being a part of the pre-opto org on campus, I got to watch some enthusiastic doctors speak about their job, and that reminded me why I wanted to become an optometrist in the first place. I want to be the eye doctor bringing empathy, AI skepticism, and quirky professionalism into the healthcare field. Mental health-wise, this semester was a roller coaster. I was really stressed, distracted, and very anxious. After I got back on antidepressants and started ADHD medication, things have definitely gotten better, but medication doesn't heal everything. I am always unpacking and tinkering the ways I think so I can be healthier. One thing that has helped me be healthier was having a patient, sane, and practical girlfriend by my side. It was like having a trusted adult chaperone my every decision. While our relationship did not last, it taught me unforgettable lessons, and it motivates me to continue seeking growth and #the elixir of eternal happiness. Whenever I think about the frequent pickles we had with each other, I think back on that one clip of Renee Rapp comparing relationships with men with relationships with women.
If you want no emotional labor, enter in a straight relationship. And if you want to constantly be in a fantastic state of existential crisis and self-reflection, be in a lesbian relationship.
Sapphic relationships are truly no joke and will have you question everything you've ever known. Speaking of Sapphic, this semester was very lesbian. In the lesbian club I joined, I watched what became one of my favorite Sapphic films, The Watermelon Woman. attended the org's performative mask contest, submitted creative writing to their zine, and made friends with one of the lesbians. We grabbed pho together regularly, and I even went on a double date when her long-distance girlfriend came by for Valentine's Day. Every day I feel myself becoming more and more lesbian. There are so many signs: reading more, cutting side microbangs, adding a women's gender and sexuality studies major, thinning my eyebrows, having 2 cats. I am lesbiana grande. Anyway, I got a new kitty. Everyone meet Miss 2-year-old Juna. Yes, Juna, as in the Claro song. She is so freaking adorable. She is a thief, stealing little knickknacks around my apartment and hiding them in her stash of tchotchkes under my bed. She digs in my trash can for cotton rounds and tissues. She's also fairly timid and stealthily sneaks around the apartment with her bushy tail, so I associate her with a fox. She loves stealing Eddie's food, pooping without covering her poo and litter, playing wand, and bothering Eddie for grooming licks. Mr. Eddie is still lazy and sweet as ever. Having Juna makes me realize what an angel firstborn he is. Reading more was one of the goals I wrote on my New Year's resolution, and I have gone crazy at the school library and local bookstores. I think reading makes me a perverse writer and thinker. Expressing myself on paper has always been a bit difficult for me, but it has also been fun too. To fill in the 3 minutes left in this video, here are 2 quotes from assignments I turned in this semester. With lesbian being a top search on porn sites, it is not a secret that there is a sort of taboo around men consuming lesbian media. However, I feel that it is through that avoidance of indulging in any sort of femininity that men are discouraged from learning and creating complex, nuanced stories about women and discouraged from distinguishing women from objects. The taboo creates a gatekeeping culture around Yuri, that Yuri is meant to be read by women and only women. Rhetoric like that discourages whole groups of people, such as trans people who have yet to realize their transness from Yuri or sapphic media. The taboo around men and femininity in turn affects how lesbianism is viewed. Women can share drunk kisses while you would not catch a straight man being homoerotic. Straight women are afforded more fluidity over their sexuality, so lesbianism is passed off as some fun, a phase, and not real. Justice is often fueled by our desire to make others feel the way we felt. This way, justice feels justified and natural. The problem with justice is that while yes, it makes us feel avenged for having been wronged, it tends to inflict harm onto others without any productive change having been made. I think of Trump's bewildering statements regarding the Iranian war, that a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again, and that congressional authorization isn't needed to continue military operations in Iran. Wagering lives of civilians and soldiers, the president finds genocide just in response to the blocking of the Strait of Hormuz. While justice may feel like a next course of action, it is not always a solution to a problem, and it is not always humane. Anyway, this summer I plan on relaxing and reflecting. I have an extensive to-read list and watch later list waiting for me. I want to learn more about philosophy and rekindle my relationship with my diary. I'm in a rough spot right now mentally, but I #believe in myself. I believe in everyone and everything. I got this, you got this, we got this. Let's have a fabulous summer. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.